Hi, I'm Sheryl Crow, and you're watching Swisscom TV. Oh, of course, Swisscom Talk.
Swisscom Talk.
Okay. Hi, I'm Sheryl Crow, and you're watching Swisscom Talk.
Das ist Swisscom Talk, wir sind hier in der Abendsession und in Basel und wir haben eine ganz grosse Dame aus dem Musikbusiness, Miss Sheryl. Sheryl.
Hello.
Hello, nice to have you here.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
You must have written hundreds of songs and now you go and you make a new record which is inspired by all your old heroes and you contribute new songs. What inspires you these days to write?
Well, as an artist, it seems like every day there's something new to write about, and especially now, it's the last 5 or 10 years has been a very fruitful time for me as far as writing because of so many things happening in my life and so many things happening around me, around all of us, and it's a great job to have, being able to write about what's going on and knowing that people will hear the music and that something will resonate with them or something will have truth for the people that hears the music. And as a kid growing up, that's what I loved. I loved artists who were writing about things that I could relate to.
Do you sometimes find yourself with a written song and then you say, hold on, this is way too personal, or I could offend someone or something like that?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're always at risk if you're writing, if you're making a comment about something that you're going to offend somebody. But there's also, the kind of wonder of it all that you're writing about something that might really help somebody or might mean something to somebody. And as an artist, it's difficult to sit down and start to make those decisions before you write what it is that you're writing. That's pure inspiration, can't be edited and can't be judged, and that's what you hope for when you're writing, is that you're writing from a really inspired place.
When you say you're inspired and you write, do you really write it down and then it's good, or do you work on your songs?
Oh yeah, I mean, some things, when I get really lucky, I'll write something top to bottom, but most of the time, I have to work at it, and I do work at it, and I want it to be, like Bob Dylan said, that every line of every song could stand on its own. Every line could be the beginning of a new song, and so I do work at it, and I do want to make sure that the songs are not just filled with rhymes,
Do you sometimes quote, like, for example, your heroes or a politician or someone in your songs?
Yeah, I have. And I try not to steal from people, but sometimes, you are very affected by something that someone says, and that you realize later that something in your song has been a direct, there's been a direct correlation to what they said and what your song ultimately wound up being about. But yeah, I try not to lift, but I have written things that were very much an homage.
So your new album, 100 Miles from Memphis, is like an homage, you said, to your heroes, a lot of soul, a lot of people like Sam Cooke, Stevie Wonder. And, are there also current acts you say, hey, this might influence me, or this might be something I go the next time?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always listening to other artists, but I don't listen with the intent of thinking, okay, well, that would be something cool I might be able to do. I want to stay true to what it is that is authentic to my inspirations, to my influences. And having grown up so close to Memphis, and having grown up being a child of radio, where we didn't have TV, we didn't have cable, we didn't have TV that was like MTV or VH1, where you could actually watch your artists on TV. We really relied on the music that came in over the radio waves, and the music that came out of Memphis was definitely all around me at all times. You know, that was such the big city, and it was the closest city, and it was my growing up turf, and that was really the music that came out of there was what I listened to on the radio. Al Green and Sam and Dave, and a lot of Motown, a lot of Stax, a lot of music that was very inspired by musicians who had come out of there.
But Terence Trent D'Arby wasn't in your childhood, actually.
Terence Trent D'Arby was not in my childhood, but one of the things that when you're recording a cover, for me, one of the things that I don't want to do is to take a song that is just perfect the way that it was. Like to do a Stevie Wonder song, you're so connected to, or the song is so connected to his voice and his version that unless you do it completely different, sometimes you just want to hear the original version. And so to do soul versions of songs that people know that are just great songs, the Terence Trent D'Arby song, Sign Your Name, was a great candidate for that because it was already a good song. And it was a song that not everybody now would know, but there would be some sort of recognition to it.
But are there also songs out there that you say you are not allowed to touch it?
Well, there are certain songs to me that are so perfect and so connected to the singer, like Yesterday, the Paul McCartney version. Stevie Wonder singing, a lot of his stuff. Aretha Franklin, singing a lot of the things that she did. Hard to improve on the originals.
Is it easier today to produce a record than it was 15 years ago for you?
For me, not necessarily. I mean, it's kind of about the same. You walk into the studio with the same fear that you had when you were first getting started, that will I be able to write anything? Am I a fake? Was that just a fluke? You have the same things over and over. Is what I'm writing good enough? Are people going to think this is stupid? That the same sort of insecurities happen now that happened then. Part of that is just the act of exposing yourself. Anytime you try to express yourself, you're at risk. Whether you're speaking to someone that you love or that you care about, or whether you're writing a song that the world's going to hear. So for me, it's not easier or harder. It's kind of the same. But it's more enjoyable to me now because I don't put so much weight into it. The thing that I try to determine is whether something's authentic or not, and whether this is something I can go out and play and enjoy.
What advice would you give, like, aspiring singers and songwriters?
Well, I think it's like anything. I think the best that you can be is by staying in the process of it and staying out of the outcome. Not writing with the idea that, this is going to be a single or this is going to be a hit, but to actually write with the intent of revealing something, or with the intent of being truthful, or with the intent of growing as a songwriter or a singer. Everything in life I think is about intention, and as long as you're really loving what you're doing and enjoying it, and you're in the process of it, then everything else kind of falls into place.
Okay. Hope it will fall into place for you.
Thank you.
So far it did, and we're waiting to see you tonight on stage.
Thank you.
Nice
Looking forward to it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Discussing Sheryl Crow, Michael McMahon, Adios.
La la la.